After the oceans drank Atlantis, a slave of that kingdom walked free upon the mainland, guided by a dark destiny. Men and gods alike would come to tremble at the name of Thulsa Doom. So, welcome back, Comic Universe, to another comic review. Again, another comic given to us by our good friend, Mount Vernon Kid, Chris. Hope you're watching. And today I'm going to be reviewing Dynamite's miniseries, Thulsa Doom. Now, most of you guys would know Thulsa Doom best from the first Conan the Barbarian movie. Now, there is a big difference between the Thulsa Doom we've seen in the movie, as well as the... as we've seen in the movie played by James Earl Jones, and the one from the comics, and even this comic. Thulsa Doom is a widely different character. In the Conan movie, he was a cult leader as well as a barbarian. In the original series by Robert E. Howard, and then in Marvel, Cole the Conqueror, he was a skull-faced sorcerer. So yeah, there's been some creative liberties here and there. Dynamite's version kind of fuses the cult leader and barbarian with the sorcerer version. So yeah, they make this blend of the movie universe and the Marvel comic and Robert E. Howard stories of Thulsa Doom into a new character. Now, this miniseries focuses on a this trade, I should say, focuses on a 4-part miniseries and a 3-part miniseries that happened in Savage Tales. So if you got a combined of 2 different stories, and I'm going to try to review them here. Now, this version of Thulsa Doom was a slave who destroyed Atlantis. He was the man who brought Atlantis down. Now, you may be thinking, oh, what did Atlantis ever do to him? Oh, it did a lot. You see, in the Hyborian universe the Conan universe that once had, Kull and Red Sonja and Conan all there, Atlantis was not a good place. It was full of just utter debauchery and evil to slaves, and, it basically got what it deserved. It was a cruel place that deserved to be sunk under the ocean by Thulsa. Thulsa in the Dynamite universe is a lot like Eric Killmonger. He's a lot like Eric Killmonger of that universe. He's very much a anti-hero, but he's still kind of a cruel person at the start of it. He's very much a cruel person. Anyway, so let's talk about the miniseries first. Now, this is set after his destruction of Atlantis, and Thulsa is looking for a magical amulet, but comes across a group of people who also kind of suffered some of the destruction at the hands of the Atlantean fall. So this is shortly after Atlantis' destruction, and another kingdom, because yeah, you don't just sink an entire continent and not have little aftershocks as well. So Thulsa is essentially going on this quest to find this relic that was stolen from him, that helped him destroy Atlantis. But however, there's a snag. His former mistress, the slave owner who owned him, Ancasta, who was a female sorcerer who he took a torch to her face and fucked her up something pretty, has been decreed by the remaining Atlantean barons to hunt him down and bring back his head, or they'll kill her. So, yeah. Thulsa is dealing with that, but Thulsa, like I said, is not a good person, even though he wants to help these people out. He's still like, yeah, this is nice, I'm gonna help, but I'm gonna help myself first and foremost. And that's what I like, is that when they say Thulsa is an anti-hero, they mean Thulsa Doom is an anti-hero. He thinks of himself first and foremost, but he tries to do the right thing, but he's so damaged by, his past and, what the Atlanteans did to him, that it has made it difficult for him to kind of, readjust with people around him. So that's what I really dig about this character, is that Thulsa Doom is incredibly a complex character. He's both a hero and a villain. He really does walk the anti-hero line. He really does walk that anti-hero line. Also, just throwing this out here, as I was reading the comic, and I was thinking to myself, God damn, You know, if they ever bring back Thulsa Doom as a movie, or bring him in a Red Sonja movie, or have him have his own film, because I think you could honestly do a Thulsa Doom, standalone series, a standalone movie. I think you could there's enough material with Thulsa on his own, especially this version of Thulsa, to do something on his own. It'd be really cool. You know who they should really cast? I really want Daimon Hansu to play Thulsa Doom. I think he would really rock that part. He's got the physicality and he's got the voice. Most of you guys would know Daimon Hansu the best from, he was Corinth from Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's also going to play that role again in the upcoming Captain Marvel movie. But he's also had several other roles. He's also an Academy Award winner. Very talented actor. I just couldn't help but think of Hansu's voice when I was reading this comic. Like, yeah, Daimon Hansu would be an excellent Thulsa Doom. But anyway, so the second story is a three-part storyline that happened in Savage Tales, which chronicles Thulsa's search while this is his conquest of Atlantis in his younger years, and he is basically going out to find a woman who has stolen a book from him that will help him bring about the eternal destruction of Atlantis. And this is where we see some major cruelty from him. He's basically he's basically raised an army of slaves to take out, the Atlantean lords, and when he's about to go out and look for this book, he tells the other men, hey, look, we didn't sign on to make slaves of our captors. Let them work the rest of the day, and then unshackle them, and then slit their throats. They don't deserve to die a painful death. They worked hard enough. Make them die slowly. Make them die quickly. And if any of the Atlantean women want to stay with us to be our wives, that's cool. Let them. But kill their children. We can't have Atlantean bloodlines. That's how much he hates Atlantis. Is that he'll spare the women, but not your children, because he knows his men need women to keep going. So yeah, Thulsa Doom, is a very complex character. You don't know whether to like him or hate him. He really, like I said, really does walk that line of both hero and villain, the real anti-hero line. So if you really enjoy, like, Red Sonja and Conan the Barbarian, I highly recommend you pick up this miniseries. This was great. I really enjoyed it. I don't think you need to read much of the Conan universe to really understand this. This very much works on its own as a standalone story, or stories, since it's technically two different comics collected in this. But yeah. So, yeah, if you're looking for some fun anti-hero as well as stuff in the Conan/Red Sonja timeline/continuity, or whatever you want to call it, I highly recommend this book. So, thanks again, Chris. Thank you once again for sending this to us. And I hope all of you enjoyed this review of this comic. And if you're new here, remember to Hulk smash that subscribe button and be a part of Earth's Mightiest Subscribers. And I'm DPZ. Hope you all enjoyed this review, and we will see you right here once more in the comic universe.